This is the Scorecard, where you score the latest sports news and in-depth views. I'm Anton Roxas. On the Scorecard tonight, the PBA finalizes its 50 greatest players. Petro Gazz punches its ticket to the finals. In the UAAP, De La Salle sweeps Ateneo in UAAP women's volleyball, while the Green Spikers outlast the Blue Eagles in a 5-set thriller. Manny Pacquiao advocates for more sports, fewer wars. Zach Gallen ties strikeout career high as the Diamondbacks edge the Yankees. In the NBA, the Heat humbled the Celtics for their 6th straight victory, while the Cavaliers rally past the Knicks 124-105. And we get up close and personal with rising Philippine basketball star LeBron James Daep. All the headlines and more on the Scorecard tonight, the 3rd of April. Now, here's our roundup. The 10-man selection committee formed by PBA Commissioner Willie Marshall announced the final 10 additions to complete the 50 greatest players list in celebration of the league's golden anniversary this year. Joining the previously named 40 players are Nelson Asaytono, Jeffrey Carriazo, Junmar Fajardo, Rene Bong Hawkins, Abe King, Danny Cignal, Scotty Thompson, the late Arnie Tuadles, Elpidio Yoyoy Villamin, and Manny Victorino. Former PBA Commissioner Sonny Barrios was elected chairman of the selection committee, which also included Ramon Fernandez, Atoy Co, Alan Caydic, Dante Silverio, Ding Marcelo, Al Mendoza, Nelson Beltran, Andy Howe, and Joaquin Henson. The committee chose the 10 honorees from a shortlist of 32 nominees, with criteria requiring players to have competed for at least 5 seasons, made a significant impact, and demonstrated exemplary character. PBA MVPs were automatically included. Abe King played 18 seasons in the PBA for teams like Toyota, San Miguel, Presto, and Pure Foods, winning 13 PBA championships. King accumulated over 5,000 points and 3,000 rebounds for his career. Asaytono, 58, led the league in scoring in 1997 and is a 7-time PBA champion, 10-time All-Star, and 2-time Best Player of the Conference. Carriazo, 52, was the 1995 Rookie of the Year, an 8-time PBA champion, 10-time All-Star, Grand Slam champion in 1996, and 2003 Finals MVP. 2002 Best Player of the Conference, the Kraken, Junmar Fajardo, 35, is an 8-time MVP, 10-time PBA champion, 4-time Finals MVP, and 11-time Best Player of the Conference. Bong the Hawk Hawkins, 57, is an 8-time PBA champion, 2-time Mythical First Team pick, 1996 Finals MVP, and 3-time All-Star. King, 67, is a 13-time PBA champion and 1982 Mythical First Team pick. Danny Cignal, 48, is an 8-time PBA champion, 1999 Rookie of the Year, 4-time Finals MVP, 8-time All-Star, and 2-time Best Player of the Conference. 3-time Mythical First Team pick is Scotty Thompson, 31, is a 7-time PBA champion, 2021 MVP, 2-time Finals MVP, and 2-time Best Player of the Conference. Meanwhile, 6-time All-Star Tuadles, who passed away in 1996 at 40, was a 9-time PBA champion, 1979 Rookie of the Year, and 1979 Mythical First Team pick. While 1990 Most Outstanding Player as recognized by Scoop, Villamin, 66, is a 9-time PBA champion, 3-time All-Star, 1983 Grand Slam champion. And rounding up the list is 1987 Mythical First Team pick Manny Victorino, 66, who is a 6-time PBA champion, 5-time All-Star, and 3-time Mythical First Team pick. Panel Chairman Barrio said that they proactively applied the principles of objectivity and professionalism in selecting these top 10, who, for the selection committee, are truly deserving to be among the league's 50 greatest. Petro Gazz marches into the championship round of the 2024-25 Premier Volleyball League All-Filipino Conference, soaring through the semifinals with a dominant 3-0 sweep, taking down Akari in straight sets 25-22, 25-20, 25-18 at the Araneta Coliseum in Quezon City. Before this, head coach Koji Chuzurabara steered the squad to a crucial win over Creamline and then Choco Mucho, securing their spot in the finals. Now, Petro Gazz awaits the winner of the Rebisco Sister Teams' showdown. If Creamline emerges victorious, a highly anticipated Petro Gazz Creamline finals is set. But Choco Mucho is looking to force a three-way tie at 1-2, where set ratios will come into play. Now, as for Akari, their dream of a championship ends here as they move to the bronze medal match with an inferior set ratio against Creamline and Choco Mucho. The PVL action is truly heating up, so volleyball fans, any guess who is going to punch that ticket to face Petro Gazz? Better be ready to cheer for your team. Meanwhile, the De La Salle University Lady Spikers swept Ateneo de Manila University 25-21, 25-17, 25-20 in the UAAP Season 87 Women's Volleyball Tournament at the Smart Araneta Coliseum. Angel Canino, who was rushed to the hospital last Saturday after the match against the University of Santo Tomas, had 16 points, all from attacks, along with 7 excellent digs, while Shivana Laput had 14 points. AC Minor, meanwhile, led the Blue Eagles with 16 points, while Lian de Guzman added 10 points. The game saw excellent teamwork from LaSalle with strong blocking and fast attacks. The Green Spikers dominated the second set, finishing with a commanding 25-17 win. Now in the final set, Ateneo fought hard but couldn't overcome LaSalle's consistent offense and solid defense. LaSalle's service game also made a big impact, with multiple aces throughout the match. LaSalle has now improved to 7-3, while Ateneo slipped to 4-6. Boxing icon and former Philippine Senator Manny Pacquiao addressed the United Nations General Assembly, emphasizing sports as a pathway to unity during the opening of the UN Games.
If more people played sports, there would be fewer wars and less hate in the world. Sports help us see one another not as enemies but as teammates, challengers, and friends.
Pacquiao, a special guest at the event, also highlighted the Philippines' role in the organizing committee, stressing that sports not only drives athletic excellence but also builds bridges, fosters cooperation, and promotes understanding. Mandated by a UN General Assembly resolution, the UN Games seek to strengthen unity, trust, and well-being among personnel from permanent missions and UN agencies in New York. Moving on to baseball, Zach Gallen matched his career high with 13 strikeouts as the Arizona Diamondbacks held off a late Yankees rally to win 4-3 in the Bronx. Gallen dominated with 6.2 scoreless innings, allowing just 3 hits and 0 walks. Arizona struck early against Carlos Rodon, scoring 4 runs in the first 2 innings. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. blasted a 2-run homer in the first, while Geraldo Perdomo and Ketel Marte added RBIs in the second. New York struggled against Gallen but broke through in the 9th with an Anthony Volpe 2-run homer. The Yankees threatened with Aaron Judge reaching base, but A.J. Puk closed the game with a crucial final out. Diamondbacks clinched their 3rd win of the season with strong pitching and early offense. In the NBA, the Miami Heat ended Boston's 9-game winning streak with a 124-103 victory, pushing the Celtics further behind Eastern Conference leaders Cleveland. Tyler Hero scored 25 points to lead 7 Heat players in double figures as Miami held off a late Celtics rally, pushing their lead to 22 points early in the 3rd quarter. The Celtics struggled to get into a rhythm in the first half, shooting just 37.2%, although Boston pulled within 4 in the final quarter, but Miami controlled the game and finished strong for their 6th straight win, solidifying their position in the Eastern Conference play-in. The Heat now look to maintain their momentum heading into the final games of the regular season. Meanwhile, the Cleveland Cavaliers came from behind to beat the New York Knicks 125-105, powered by Donovan Mitchell's 27 points and Jarrett Allen's impressive 21 points on 10 of 11 shooting. Despite a strong first half from the Knicks, who led 60-53 at the break, Cleveland bounced back in the second half. OG Anunoby led the Knicks with 19 points in the first half but struggled in the second, only scoring 4 more. The Cavaliers dominated the third quarter, outscoring the Knicks 38-25, taking control of the game. Mitchell and Allen were key to the comeback, helping Cleveland seal the victory. The Knicks remain 3 games ahead of the 4th-placed Indiana Pacers, who beat the Charlotte Hornets 110-105. And here are other results from around the NBA. And here's your daily dose of sports lingo. What's a chopper in softball? A chopper is a ground ball hit with a short chopping motion that causes the ball to bounce erratically, making it challenging for fielders to field cleanly. It often has a low trajectory and hops or skips towards the infield, forcing fielders to make quick, precise plays. A chopper usually occurs when a batter hits the ball with a downward swing, resulting in a sharp bouncing path toward the pitcher, shortstop, or the third baseman. Though it may not be the hardest hit ball, it can still create difficulties for the defense, possibly turning into a base hit if the fielders are unable to handle it. So, the next time you hear chopper, remember, it's not just about the hit, it's about keeping the defense on their toes and creating an opportunity for the batter to reach base. Now it's time for our off-court buzzer. Moonton Games has introduced Kalea, the latest hero in Mobile Legends Bang Bang, or MLBB, drawing inspiration from Southeast Asian folklore. As a descendant of the great serpent, Kalea embodies mythical sea creatures such as the Bakunawa from the Philippines, Antaboga from Indonesia, Seri Gumum in Malaysia, and Fayanaga from Thailand and Laos. Narrative designer Don Wang explained that Kalea's creation was likewise inspired by the power of the sea. Now, in terms of gameplay, Kalea's abilities mirror the fluidity, strength, and stealth of a serpent, allowing her to strike with significant power. Kalea's design also incorporates elements reflective of Southeast Asian culture. Her aquamarine color palette pays homage to the region's coastal waters, and her movements draw inspiration from local cultural expressions. The team aimed to create a character that represents the entire Southeast Asian region rather than a specific country. Kalea's dialogue also reflects island life culture, with phrases like "Beware the falling coconuts," aimed at resonating with players from the region. Now looking ahead, Moonton Games plans to introduce more heroes inspired by diverse cultures and folklore, with their unique stories serving as inspiration to create heroes that players can relate to and enjoy. And that's our roundup for tonight, the 3rd of April. Up next, meet rising Philippine basketball star LeBron James Daep. So watch out for that when we return right here on The Scorecard. Welcome back to The Scorecard. He may share a name with NBA's reigning king, but this high school standout is determined to make a name for himself and prove that he is more than just a namesake. Let's meet rising Philippine basketball star, LeBron James Daep. For this episode of The Scorecard, kasama natin ngayon ang #1 high school player sa NCAA Juniors Basketball, LeBron James Daep. Bron, maraming salamat sa oras and welcome to The Scorecard. Let's start from the beginning. Lebron, saan ka ba nagsimula at paano ka nahilig sa basketball?
Nagsimula ako sa Bicol, sa probinsya namin, and nahilig ako sa basketball noong grade 4, nung parang sinali ako sa isang intramurals ng school namin. Parang nakashoot ako doon ng isang beses na nakita ko yung mga tao na natuwa sila sa akin. Tapos yung dad ko parang sabi niya, oh, masaya ba? So ako parang, papa, gusto ko magpaturo mag-basketball. Kaya doon nagsimula yung hilig ko basketball, nagpaturo lang ako sa kanya araw-araw.
So, ano ba yun? Tinanong mo ba sa tatay mo, Tay, bakit LeBron James yung naging pangalan mo? Ano ba ang kwento doon?
Yung dad ko, fan siya ni Lebron talagang dati. Tapos, parang yun na nga, para pinangalan niya sa akin. And sa mga nagtataka dyan yung James ko ba't may age, parang gusto lang nila maiba sa Lebron James talaga.
I see. Mahirap ba na kapangalan mo ang isang LeBron James na kinikilala bilang one of the best basketball players of all time and in the world right now? Mahirap ba? Minsan ba inaasar ka ng mga kaklase mo na, LeBron James, lalo na nung natututo ka palang mag-basketball?
Hindi naman po. Wala naman pong pressure sa akin because yun na, parang nagiging ano lang ako sa sarili ko, parang nagpapakatunay lang ako and binibigay ko yung best ko sa lahat ng ginagawa ko and naglalaro ako para sa sarili ko and wala naman po akong parang hindi ko naman iniintindi lahat ng mga opinion nila, yung mga hater dyan. So, yun lang.
Paano ka na-recruit sa Perpetual? Ito ba yung una mong seryoso at organized basketball, yung sa NCAA?
Yes, but ito po yung una ko na seryoso dito sa Manila. And na-recruit ko ako dito dahil si Papa ko, yung sports director ngayon ng Perpetual, parang sports director nila dati sa Baste nung panahon nila.
Last year, kinover kita sa NCAA Season 99, umabot kayo sa finals. History yun para sa Perpetual kasi first time, ang lakas ng team nyo. Meron kayong Mark Goho Cruz, meron kayong Emil Asido, kaya lang ngayon, nasa college na sila. Ngayon, this is your team. Yung expectations nyo ba is, because umabot na kayo sa finals, this season 100, is the expectation a championship?
In-expect po namin na mag-champion kami. And syempre, yun na po yung goal ng lahat. Pero, yun nga, parang hindi kami pwedeng magkampante sa mga laro namin and bawal kami mag-petics, go hard kami sa lahat kasi lahat ng kalaban namin parang champion caliber yan na team. So, lahat ng kalaban namin sineseryoso namin and nire-respect namin by giving our best and leaving no regrets after games.
Number 34, ang jersey number mo, nakikita ko yung mga sidestep mo, sabi ko, Malayanis to pero LeBron James yung pangalan. Bakit number 34 yung jersey number mo? Is it because pinapattern mo yung laro mo kay Giannis? Ano ba storya doon?
Nung bata ako, idol na idol ko talaga si Giannis. Kaya parang sinimulan ko dun sa number 34. But ngayon, nagda-number 34 ako not because kay Giannis, pero dun nagsimula yung basketball journey ko na number na yon. Kaya parang yun ako.
Bigay mo sa akin yung top 5 players mo sa NCAA ngayon, sa juniors division. Yung mga talagang dapat panoorin.
JD Pagulayan from Perpetual. John Ruluna, sa amin din, team din namin. Yung mga papanoorin nyo, yan na dalawa yan. So, pero aside from our team, MJ Biolosis from San Beda, EJ Castillo from AAP. Sino last one? Siguro, Sean Salvador from Mapua.
Yun. Shooter din yun, si Sean Salvador. Okay. MVP sa NCAA, marami nagsasabi, it's a lock for you. Anong masasabi mo, anong reaction mo na ganun yung usap-usapan na LeBron James Daep is the guy, he's the man in the NCAA Juniors Division?
First of all, thank you sa inyo and masaya ako dahil narinig ko yun. Pero hindi po yun yung goal ko and hindi ko po iniisip yun masyado kasi yung gusto ko lang po kung anong makontribute ko sa team and mag-champion kami as a team po.
Ngayon pag-usapan natin, Bron, yung NBTC. Andito si Kiefer Alas, number 1 player, MVP ng UAAP. Ano yung pakiramdam na kasama ka sa grupong ito, the best players in high school dito sa Pilipinas?
Pakiramdam ko, blessed ako dahil nakaabot ako sa ganitong mga situation at nagpapasalamat ako sa Lord. Siya po yung nagbigay sa akin ng lakas sa mga bawat struggles and challenges na binibigay sa akin. Kaya naging ganito akong tao. Tapos, yun po, pakiramdam ko masaya dahil yun, nakaabot ako dito.
Ito lang imaginein lang natin. Baka sakali lang, hindi natin alam eh. Siyempre si Kiefer Alas, meron siyang sariling plano. Ikaw, meron kang sariling plano. What if in college, maging teammates kayong dalawa? Ano kaya yung magagawa ng isang Alas at Daep tandem?
Siguro, matindi yun.
Parang SGA at Yanis yung nagsama kung ganon.
Pero, yun, I think maganda naman yung magiging chemistry nun. Tapos parang, yun nga, magiging magkaibigan kami and mas gagalingan pa namin yung isa't isa and matcha-challenge din kami.
Pero ngayon magkalaban muna sa NBTC All-Star. Okay, alam kong maaga pa, Bron. Kasi 18 years old ka pa lang, tatapusin mo pa yung season mo sa NCAA. I'm sure maraming magre-recruit sa'yo or nagre-recruit sa'yo. Ano yung hinahanap mo sa isang college na magiging factor sa decision mo kung saan ka mag-aaral at maglalaro?
Hinahanap ko yung, first of all, yung maganda yung environment and parang sa culture ng isang team, yung malakas yung brotherhood na kahit ano mangyari, manalo matalo, parang lahat kami inaangat yung isa't isa and yun nga, parang yung feel mo na kasama mo yung pamilya mo and tutulungan ka sa buhay mo.
After 10 years, saan mo nakikita yung sarili mo? LeBron James Daep, after 10 years, let's say 28 years old ka na. Sa basketball pa rin ba? Or ano ba yung mga pangarap mo sa buhay?
Nakikita ko sarili ko after 10 years. Hindi sa ano, pero dahil sa hard work ko, siguro overseas ang mga.
Eto, last question, LeBron. Ano maasahan ng mga manonood ng NBTC sa All-Star Game kay LeBron James Daep?
Ang maasahan nyo po ay bibigay ko po yung best ko and makikita nyo po sa akin na bibigay ko yung bawat yung mga skill set ko, yung mga bag na sinasabi and sa team ko rin gagalingan nilang lahat dahil isa ako sa captain and ako yung magsasabi sa kanila na ganito yung gagawin at tutulungan ko sila lahat.
So there you go. We just heard it from LeBron James Daep of the Perpetual Junior Altas. LeBron, maraming salamat sa oras and good luck. I'll see you in the NCAA. Up next, NBA fans, get ready. It's the Lakers versus the Warriors. Let's break this matchup down so you can keep your eyes on the prize. Welcome back to the Scorecard. It's time to keep your eyes on the prize. Bukas na, we get what might be the priciest ticket of the NBA season. You want a seat inside Crypto.com Arena for the Lakers versus the Warriors? That'll cost you at least $300. And that's for the nosebleeds. Courtside, you might as well sell your car. But let's be real. This game deserves the Hollywood treatment. You've got two teams battling for home court advantage in the playoffs, a pair of generational superstars, and a Warriors squad still buzzing from one of the best Steph Curry performances that we have ever seen. The Lakers, 46-29, sit in fourth place in the West, while the Warriors, 44-31, are right behind them in fifth. With the playoff race tightening, this game is as big as it gets. Steph just torched Memphis for 52 points, drilling 12 threes. 12 threes! That's video game stuff. And the Lakers, they held off Houston behind clutch shooting from Gabe Vincent and Dorian Finney-Smith. But let's be honest, their offense is not firing on all cylinders. LeBron's status, questionable daw. Hindi sure. That's the million-dollar question right now. If LeBron is out, the Lakers' entire game plan shifts if he plays. He might have to dig deep to match Curry's magic. The Lakers own their division at 12-3, while the Warriors have struggled against the Pacific with a 3-10 record. Both teams live and die by the three. The Lakers hit 13 per game, while the Warriors give up 13.2. Meanwhile, Golden State makes 15.4 deep balls a night. So yeah, expect a shootout. In tight games, the Warriors are 6-5 in games decided by less than 4 points. The Lakers, 4-6. Who's making clutch plays when it matters most? For Golden State, this might be Jimmy Butler's most important game in a Warriors jersey. If he plays a good second fiddle to Curry, they have a real shot at stealing one in LA. Now for the Lakers, AR, Austin Reeves needs to keep stepping up. Over his last 10 games, he's averaging nearly 20 points and 6 assists. If LeBron is out, AR, Reeves, has to take over. And let's not forget, number 77, Mr. Luka Doncic. The guy has been stuffing the stat sheet, averaging 26 points over his last 10 games. If he plays like that tomorrow, the Warriors will have their hands full. Again, it's the biggest game of the season, and the price tag proves it. Lakers versus Warriors with the cheapest seat at $300. But what about the matchup itself? The Warriors might hold the edge. Let's take a look at the odds right here. Steph just dropped 52 and looks unstoppable. They may be slight favorites because LeBron is questionable, and I think that's the reason why. This could be a toss-up though if LeBron shows up. Expect a fast-paced three-point shootout with plenty of fireworks. Now if LeBron sits, I hope he doesn't, we might see Golden State flip the seed. Get ready, because this one is going to be worth every penny. This is one of those games that could define the season for both teams. Win, and you take a step closer to a top 4 seed. Lose, and suddenly you're looking at the play-in tournament. And that's what makes this so fascinating. It's not just Lakers versus Warriors. It's a battle for momentum, for positioning, for playoff survival. So buckle up. Tomorrow, the spotlight is on Crypto.com Arena. And no matter how much you paid for your ticket, you're about to get your money's worth. Now, let's keep an eye on the prize and stay ahead of the game with a full lineup of NBA matchups tomorrow. And that wraps up tonight's preview, so you can keep your eyes on the prize. Before we go, think on this. From a legendary basketball coach known for his pyramid of success, John Wooden, he once said, "Don't measure yourself by what you have accomplished, but by what you should have accomplished with your ability." And with that, thank you for joining us tonight. We'll see you tomorrow on The Scorecard, where sports is our business, and business is our sport right here on the Bilyonaryo News Channel. This has been Anton Roxas. Have a blessed evening, everybody. Good night.